When you've punished those that funded al-Qaeda, when you've punished all those that put fluoride in the water, when you punish those that gave live polio vaccine to millions, when you punish those that put our troops on death list, secret death lists, and not give them treatment at the VA nationwide, when you punish the people kidnapping little kids, when you've punished all the illegals pouring across, burning down houses and killing people, then once you've gotten all them, if you want to get to Dinesh D'Souza, then I would say it wasn't political. Of course it's political when Rick Perry, who I don't even like, is forced because of incredible public pressure to go after the Travis County DA, who's on video spitting on police, flopping around, kicking like she's possessed. Looks like Linda Blair. She runs a state agency, $7 million for the county public integrity fund. He says, step down or I'll cut the money. Tries to get the Democrats quietly to appoint a new person who's Democrat, and they indict him and then say it's not political. It's just flaunting this stuff in people's faces, flaunting it, arrogantly, mentally ill. I got a bunch of reports I've got to get to, and boy, there are a lot of them. I want to go to this John Bound report. It'll go into the break. I'll come back and finish it. Obama wants amnesty for murderers and rapists. Just to talk about what's really going on, how above the law, I'll launch wars if I want. Above the law, I'll open the borders. Above the law, I'll shut down your power plants. I'm above the law. I'm above the law. I'm above the law. And the people that are above the law, that have the IRS persecuting people and have been caught lying about it, now they're going to go out and put Dinesh D'Souza in prison at a re-education camp. Therapeutic therapy. Psychological therapeutic therapy. Here it is. Here's the report.
New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago have formed a big city coalition to grease the skids for illegal immigration in the United States. This coalition will push our tax dollars along with big corporate donations towards a greater voting procedure, educational assistance, and microloans for illegal immigrants. They are going full steam ahead with a Cloward Piven-induced privileged society that is already destroying the American middle class. The NSA tracks the movements, phone calls, and emails of every U.S. citizen. But we can't know where these illegals are as they continue to miss their immigration hearings by 90%. So where are they? Apparently, a growing number of them have been flooding the southeast of the United States, and they are raping the children of these communities at an alarming rate.
A spokeswoman for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office said USAID was in this country illegally.
Gurao Aguilar faces 3 counts of aggravated sexual battery of a person under the age of 13. Jacobo Gurao faces 1 count of rape of a person under the age of 13.
Police believe 19-year-old Sergio Perez, an illegal immigrant, attacked the woman in her home Sunday.
418 children were raped by illegals in the state of North Carolina in the month of August 2014 alone. I spoke with James Johnson, the founder and president of North Carolinians for Immigration Reform Enforcement, about the history of his organization and methods needed to document this full-blown attack on America's youth.
NC Fire started in 2007, and it came about as a result of me getting injured on the job. As I was going through physical therapy and rehab under workman's comp, I started seeing a lot of individuals who could not speak English that had interpreters with them in the rehab process, in the therapy sessions. And so I started inquiring about, what's going on. And then, the other things you'd see non-American citizen, obvious people at the grocery stores, paying for 2 or 3 shopping carts full of groceries with the food stamp card and then buying, the last cart's full of alcohol and they're paying for that with wads of cash. And then I started noticing, crime in this newspaper report, crime on this television report here, about Hispanic hyphenated surname individuals creating crimes. And North Carolina has not been a bastion of hyphenated surname. All these flags, red flags, started coming together, and it just led me to the point where, what's going on here? And I started looking into it. And the more you look into it, the more you find the effort is to hide it. The crimes by illegal aliens are not compiled by any government agency anywhere in the United States as far as the public being able to access it. So I just decided that, you know what, I'll start cataloging it in North Carolina. And we first started out just listing all the crimes that we could find, and here's how we do it. We just started scouring the web, any kind of news reports, police reports. In North Carolina, there are 100 counties. So the first thing I did was go to all of the county sheriff's departments' arrest records, and they're all online. And then we started going through all of the, like, TV station websites, newspaper websites, radio station websites. They'll have a crime section there on every one of those. And obviously, in every county, there are cities and towns and municipalities that have their own police agencies. And so all of this stuff is online, and it takes...
We're going to come back with the rest of this important report. And the reason this is so important is the criminals of Latin America who are even fleeing justice are coming here. This is the happy hunting ground. They're released by police, no ID. They get bank accounts, no ID. They fly with no ID. They are literally invincible gods. You understand that? Invincible gods.
In today's unstable environment, self-protection is critical. Civil unrest, riots, looting, it's happening now, right here in the United States, and your rights are at risk. If passed, H.R. 5344 would ban Level 3 and above body armor. Katie Armor is standing up for you. We offer the most affordable Level 3 body armor on the market. Katie Level 3 armor withstands pistol and rifle hits up to 7.62 NATO. Get yours at katiearmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Katie Armor. Come and take it.
Listen up. GCN Live teams with Prepper and Shooter magazine to offer an amazing exclusive deal. Be one of the first 1,000 listeners to visit GCNlive.com and click the Prepper and Shooter image. Then receive a free issue of Prepper and Shooter magazine. Choose the third issue with rock legend Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad on the cover and get the first 2 issues absolutely free. This exclusive offer ends September 30th, so get your free issue of Prepper and Shooter now. Only at GCNlive.com. The most important thing you should have next to water and food is a safe, storable fuel supply for your preparedness needs. Spare fuel is the answer. With the harsh, bitterly cold winter that's predicted this year, it's more important than ever to have spare fuel on hand. Spare fuel can be used in any gas-powered vehicle or generator. It's also perfect for chainsaws, tractors, and other small gas engines. Use spare fuel alone, or mix it with any amount of regular gasoline to extend the supply of gas you do have on hand. Spare fuel is absolutely essential for unforeseen emergencies. Store spare fuel in your vehicle's trunk or cargo bay, and use it in case you run out of gas on the highway. Unlike gasoline, spare fuel is also safe to store with your other supplies, and it can be stored for many years. For special bulk pricing, go to GetSpareFuel.com. That's GetSpareFuel.com now.
Our big story. Gun owners react as politicians continue to ban high-capacity magazines state by state.
I think that these weapons ought to be stopped.
Magazine restrictions have already happened in 9 states. Staffed with formal special operations personnel, GunMagWarehouse.com is the only company that specializes in gun magazines. GunMagWarehouse.com has the largest selection of the magazines you should stock up on. Go now to GunMagWarehouse.com before it happens in your state. Get it before you regret it.
Listen up, all you preppers and survival enthusiasts. Sigma 3 Survival School has a brand new survival instructor training program that will teach you everything you need to know about survival, and then license you to teach our survival programs so you can make a substantial profit from it. If you have always wanted to learn to be completely self-reliant and would like to make money at it, then check out Sigma 3 Survival School Survival Instructor Program at survivalschool.us or call 479-561-3886 today.
The entire InfoWars team will be back tonight, 7 o'clock Central, InfoWarsNews.com, PrisonPlanet.tv. I'm going to do this segment and the next with some special reports and try to get to some more of your phone calls. We have something breaking in a few hours that's very interesting from the FBI Crime Statistics website. It says there were no deaths in New Haven, Connecticut in the year of the New Haven mass shooting. And Wolfgang Halbig, we're going to get him back on the show tomorrow or the next day to break some of that down with us. But the report will be up on Infowars.com in the next few hours and PrisonPlanet.com. I still haven't aired that hilarious piece they did on myself and Ray Kurzweil for RT Maybe we'll play that tomorrow on the Singularity. When I get a little bit sarcastic and I say illegals are like gods or something, they can get all the welfare they want. They can be above the law. They can fly without ID. The big banks give them bank accounts, AP reports without ID. It's meant to incentivize, in a corporate takeover of the country, a bunch of poor people that can be the new government minion class. And then if you're against it, you're racist. No, I'm against the country collapsing into third world state. NAFTA and GATT was about collapsing us. It's done a pretty good job. This is about the North American Union. Let's finish up with John Bound's report, where he interviews one of the people that started the organization with the Examiner to expose all the news reports in just North Carolina that a large portion, if not the majority, of the rapes and murders now are illegals. And it's just a happy hunting ground of illegals and they rob Hispanics, blacks, whites. They don't care. It is just people with no names who can do whatever they want. Here it is.
And so all of this stuff is online, and it takes a Herculean effort to try to compile this stuff. The numbers you're seeing now are not nearly all of it, because it's physically impossible for us as an organization with the limited people and resources that we have to actually, check all of those resources. And so we go through every day of every county, of every name from A to Z, and pick out the ones that we suspect of being illegal. And because of the charge, indecent liberties with a child is more prevalent to an illegal or someone from Central America or a Hispanic or Spanish background nation. Now, that's not to say that Americans don't do it too, however.
That's right, it's socially acceptable.
Once we get the court date, it has the arrest record number, the court docket number, and we take that number and go to the specific county where the person was arrested and get that agency's police report. And on there, it'll say, needs an interpreter for court. Well, that's a dead giveaway that, first of all, the person doesn't speak English. Well, then obviously they 99.9% chance that they're illegal. They're illegally in the country. Now, down at the bottom of all of our reports, underneath all the court dockets, we have listed the articles, the news articles that we find with the links to them, and in many of those, they will actually say this person is an illegal immigrant or being held on ICE charges. Oh, it's killing us, literally and figuratively, in the pocketbook, and literally, people are dying from it.
All right.
DWI, hit and run.
Guys, the full report, there's a few minutes left of this. We're going to post it to YouTube. It's from the Nightly News last night, and we're going to post it to Infowars.com the next 20 minutes. I'll get that done. It's Obama wants amnesty for murderers and rapists, special report. And the issue is they're above the law. We need to do a part 2 on this, showing the AP admitting they get bank accounts, other reports how they get to fly without ID. And you ask why? As John Bound showed, microloans, everything free, Democratic families sponsoring them, getting $7,000 a month from the government. This is how the government's literally funding its political takeover. And that's why the Democrats laugh. They go, listen, we're getting your guns the next 10 years. We're going to get the people. We're going to let them vote, give them IDs. It's over. Well, then it's going to be civil war, which is what they want.
You are listening to GCN.
And that's what they're setting Homeland Security up
Visit
for.
GCNlive.com.
Mark my words,
today.
it's all planned. A little bit of overdrive. Stay with us. In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
Let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.